I think it's on now. Welcome everyone to week 0 of Kifiya AI Mastery Training Program 3. So you are all here because you've passed the first assessment, which is the 1 hour quiz. And I'm sure all of you that are here have passed through that. And so I congratulate you again to have you here. And yes, this session is just an introduction session to the program and also what you will be expecting in the coming 2 days. And so this is just to get you on board and answer any questions that you guys have. I'm just going to start about saying some things about the program. So this program is brought to you by the Kifiya Financial Technology company. It's a financial organization in Ethiopia aiming to equip trainees on fintech sector, on data science and AI engineering on the fintech sector. And so 10 Academy is helping happen that, making happen that. So we are going to be giving you the training. The content is from 10 Academy and we'll be supporting you throughout the training. So this training is going to be on basically, so the Mahlit is here, the technical tutor. She'll be she'll be telling you more about the content and what you will get. But just to give you a highlight, it's going to be on AI engineering and data engineering, concentrating on the fintech sector of Ethiopia. So the data that you'll be finding here are going to be taken or are industry driven data that are from actual banks in Ethiopia. And so here, this week 0 is basically a simulation of the actual training, which is going to be 12 weeks training in the coming months. So basically, it's a 3 months training. The weekly span is from Wednesday until Wednesday, giving you the weekend to work on the challenges that we give you. So speaking of a challenge, so this training is is a project-based training, which basically means that we give you a challenge that you're going to work on. It's a kind of a project kind of assessment or assignment, and then you work on that by yourself on your timing. And then, of course, submission time is going to be the same for everyone. And so for this challenge that we're going to give you, we'll be providing tutorial sessions each week. And based on that, you'll be working on those challenges and we'll be submitting the assignments. So for this week 0, submission date is going to be on the 8th of December. And so you'll have the weekends to work on the challenge and just do your best. And so here we have a community building session that we will be having, that is to engage our trainees and just get to know each other, and also build a communication type of environment, a communicative environment. And so as you all know, I think I'm hoping all of you here have joined the Slack channel, the Slack workspace, which we use for communication with our team. So whenever you have questions or whenever you want to engage with other trainees, that is where all communications happen. So there are different channels there. There's the all week 0, there's all broadcast, there's community building sections, and then we also have women only channel. So according to the channel and also the one that I forgot is the 10x support channel. So whenever you have a problem getting to 10x, then you shall send your issue there. Whenever you want to ask question about the challenge of the week, you go to the all week 0 channel, and for any announcements that we make, you'll find them in the broadcast channel. So I recommend that you send the right question or the right the right thing you want to say to the right channel so that we get to respond to you in a more quicker way. So that's basically what I would say. And just to introduce you to the team, Emilian here is going to be your career tutor and also community manager. And we have Mahlit here as well. She's the technical lead tutor. We have Kerod, we have Radiate and Tinan as your technical tutors. So just not make this long, Yapabal is here, the co-founder of Teen Academy, who's responsible. Uh, Johannes, you're unmute. Okay. So Yapabal is here, so I'll leave the stage to him. And yeah, so this is it from my side. I think Yabi, you can go.
Yeah, thanks, Maki. And again, everyone, just welcome for making it past the quiz and then getting here. And I think በሁለቱም በቀላቀል ችግር ስለሌለው በአማርኛም በእንግሊዝኛም እያደረኩኝ ነው የማወራው። just ሁሉም እዚያው expected to be from Ethiopia. It's just that's my assumption. So I think ማሂ ብዙን ነገር አላችኋለች ኦቨርኦል ያለውን ጎል እና ታርጌት ለዚህ ፕሮግራም and we have had already reflect training, and the last one just ended I think a couple of weeks ago, and it seemed a lot more traction from people. And I think one of probably, there are many success factors for that, but I would say one of the success factor that at least from the second batch was that people were asking in the beginning, and they were very clear what this program was about. And so I remember having like a 2-hour session with just like this, and that people were asking everything that they wanted to understand, right? So, do you understand the program? What is it about? And I think we try to help you as much as we can, like with all the technical support and the non-technical support we have. And our goal is to really ensure that your journey, your effort is paying off, right? So that what that really means is that, the data, AI, machine learning, and data engineering are, getting really the center of everything. And banks and fintech is not an exception. And in particular, this is the right time to really be able to verse in the skills and knowledge in that area. And why we focus on fintech, and fintech is of course the power of everything, just basically financial technologies are the most important, indispensable to start everything. And so Kifiya, with of course the collaboration with MasterCard funding, made this program possible and made it free. I think most of the time, as a non-profit organization, Teen Academy wants to, of course, be donor independent, and we have other programs where some of you have to, like, we focus on actually making you ready for a job. And then, of course, in the process, you actually have to pay as well. And that one is a lot more intensive. There's one intensive program. And this is an opportunity for everyone to make it, and kind of like you open up the door. I mean, even if it's a fintech, but it's not just means the knowledge and the skills and the abilities that you will acquire. በፊንቴክ ላይ ብቻ የተወሰነ አይደለም። ምክንያቱም እንደምታውቁት just programming የሚያውቅ ሰው, programming doesn't matter. It can be biology, like it can be agriculture, it can be, aeroscience, or it can be on fintech, or it can be health. You can go anywhere and you can work, because the skill that is needed to talk to the computers or instruct the computers to use the power of the computers to solve, to automate and solve problems is really independent of field. So the same is data science, and the same is data engineering. It absolutely has no domain. It's like you can apply it anywhere. Whatever skill you acquire here, you can go and work in, Ethiopian Airlines, or ሌላ ቦታ ሄዳችሁ ለምሳሌ agriculture company ጋር ልትገቡ ትችላላችሁ, or another tech company ጋር ሊሆን ይችላል። So it has nothing got to do with like the knowledge and skill. Yellow ምንድነው ፊንቴክ ያደረገው ብንል the domain we will be using in the challenge that you will be a lot more addressing, or for example building data warehouses that may store or that is connected maybe in fintech. So it's only just the examples and the domains and the data that we are analyzing. You will be more saying, okay, let's have credit scores. And credit scores, the machine learning you will use, for example, in that one, it can be deep learning, it can be just machine learning, like in terms of like random forest and things, XGBoost, those are the same, whether it was a credit score for a bank or an electric, like ለምሳሌ የሆነ in any other setting where you actually, for us, for example, as an educator, we would want to score somebody, whether it is, for example, just in the quiz sense, whether to give, to accept or not. Of course, the merits will be different. In that one, the credit score sense, you might be looking at whether the person is able to pay. So you might ask us like, okay, whether the person will be able to pay. That means you will analyze the data. Well, in the future, will they get, will they take this money and will they have more money to pay me back with the interest? And also willingness to pay. Maybe you will analyze their social data to say like, are they actually, have I seen that this person is actually willing to pay, or is it just like someone is able to pay, but they might not be willing to pay? እንደዛ አይነቶቹን differentiate ያደርጋቸዋል, because the problem we deal with will be fintech, but the skill and knowledge, it doesn't matter. You can go and apply it anyway. So with that introduction, what I really would love is that you ask. Like, I can tell you many things, why this is really one of the very useful program. But instead of that, let me have questions from you, just things that are not clear. From my side, everything is clear and perfect. But from your side, you're just joining. You probably have heard it. You just joined because somehow, the opportunity was like the deadline was there, and you still might be thinking like, what am I doing here? Or you might be just saying like, will I fit? So there are many questions that you might have. So what I would like to do is to answer those questions, because when you ask one question, everyone else benefits, because your doubts, your uncertainties are probably the uncertainties and doubts of another person. ስለዚህ ያንን ለማድረግ just maybe እኔ ዝም ብዬ ከማወራ, I think you have enough introduction, but you can start just asking. You can either type, but you can also just raise your hand. In the Google Meet, you see that there is the hand one. Like, I'm just going to do that now. If I do this, you will see that I raised my hand, so that then you can speak. Okay. So let's start with that. Zalalam ይታያል.
Thank you. My name is Zalalam, and my background is from health, and currently I finished the health data science, specifically starting this year in Dawla Marcos University. So ይሄን ያልካልኩ ምንድን ነው ቤዚካሊ የሄልዝ ባክግራውንድ ነው ያለኝ እና ኢን ዲቴል ሶፍትዌር ፕሮግራሚንግ የለኝም እውነቱን ለመናገር። ያለው ምንድነው ዴታ ሳይንስን በተመለከተ ኢንትሮዳክሽን ቱ ቤዚክ ፈንዳሜንታል ኦፍ ሄልዝ ማለት ዴታ ሳይንስ ወስደናል፣ ማሽን ለርኒንግ ወስደናል፣ ኤአይ ሳይንስ ፓርቱን ወስደናል። ኢን ዲቴል ፕሮግራሚንግ ሌቭል ግን የለንም እና እሱ ሃው ካን ማኔጅ ማድረግ ይቻላል ማለት ስሩ ዘ ጆርኒ እንዴት ነው መቀጠል የምችለው? አንድ እሱ። ሁለት ምናልባት ታይሚንጉን እያየሁት ነበር፣ ፉል ታይም ስኬጁሉን እያየሁት ነበርና በጣም ታይት የሆነ እንትን ያለውና ኢፍ ከአቅም በላይ በሆነ ነገር ሚስ ብናደርግ ቱቶሪያሉን እንዴት ነው ማኔጅ ማድረግ የምንችል የሚል ሁለት ጥያቄ አለኝ። ቴንክ ዩ።
በጣም ጥሩ ጥያቄ። ፕሮባብሊ ለብዙ ሰው ጥያቄ ነው። ሶ የመጀመሪያው as long as the quiz was there to test at least in no way basic programming knowledge አለ ወይ? Without that it might be hard. Still you can make it, but the thing is, you have to be so willing to spend a lot of time to learn programming. If you have a basic programming, so that means you can just open your VS Code or other coding platform, and then you can just type codes and learn fast. I think it's almost always persistence. The persistence is that you can learn anything these days, let alone now the AI is unleashing all form of learning, easy to learn platforms. As long as you are willing to really do the job, you can learn. And I think the most, I would say maybe 60% of the factor that will determine your chance is your persistence. Like, it is more than the challenge that we give you, it's the challenge you give to yourself. ከባድ የሚያደርገው ያ ማለት you will see others might be better, they can code really fast, and in the chats, they do stuff, and you have to deal with yourself. Like, like maybe you feel like outplaced, maybe that you are not the right person, maybe you are really not understanding easily. የሚለው ነው አብዛኛው ሰው like then quit እንዲያደርግ የሚያደርገው። ጌታዬ ስታቲክ ኖይዝ ከአንተ እየመጣ ስለሆነ ሚዩት ታደርጋለህ። And now, so the first part is really that one. It's to be able to get, if you can mute, that would be great. So the first part is really just, like, if you're determined, if you will do the work that is, we give you, and just you can learn fast. Fast really is relative. It just means if you spend lots of time. If you start from really far behind, for example, you didn't know that much programming, that means to catch up, you will need to spend more time than others. So the simple answer, after saying along like that, the simple answer, yes, you can do it as long as you have understood the quiz questions and you solved them. I think you have the right, basically the right setting. Okay, so that should not be a problem. And the second, this program, really unlike other programs that we have, it assumes that you are working. So, which that basically means that we understand that you're not full-time, and we make it very clear, or structure it, the timing, such that you ሌላ እየሰራችሁ, that as long as just you submit, I think there are certain criteria, Makda and others will make it very clear what are like the setting, but it is very tolerant, the program. I think what we see is that if you're consistently trying, we help you so that whatever it is you submit, and things will be fine, right? So I think the simplest really in that one, the question is that we understand you're working, we try to help you as much as we can so that you submit. And there are, if you miss one or two like submissions, that's fine, like, because we understand, we reach out to you and how we can support. I think the best we can do and is that one. And but you just have to know that we recognize that you're not full-time in this one, and we have saved just the time. If you work on weekends and just a couple of 1-2 hours during the week, you should be able to make it. So hopefully that answers the question. And ላንተ ብቻ ሳይሆን ዘላለም ለሌላው, that hopefully that answers. Just I am looking at the እንትኖቹ ምንድነው ስሙ ቴክስት ላይ ያሉትን, I think so. Hi, I'm sorry that I highlight, maybe just highlight. Yes, I think already maybe Makdam answered it. Like, there is no fee for this program, so it's all funded by Kifiya and MasterCard. So that's one. Will there be any training materials beside the weekly projects? Yes, tutorials. So that's now all. There will be tutorials. The tutorials will be recorded. The same also question. Almost everything we do is recorded, because it doesn't assume that you will be able to join ለምሳሌ stand-up poach ምናምን. So almost everything is then uploaded within a couple of hours to YouTube, and you will be able to see whatever you miss. And then a lot of the engagement happens also through Slack, so you'll be able to see what people are discussing, their questions. So just the same now. Yes, tutorials will be there, and those tutorials will be recorded. If you join them online, that's great, you can ask questions, but also offline. That means after the tutorial is passed, you can actually check it. So I'm right. Yes, I think it's an answer. Yes, familiarize with the challenge document. Thanks for answering. Mizan, do you always have to attend live sessions? As I answered now, no. It's like we really highly encourage if you can, because you can ask and make it really interactive and understand more. But if you can't, then it's fine. And then Barakat, what do we get after we finish the program is a job or internship opportunity. Kifiya's main involvement is also just to make sure that they connect you, they form network with the banks and others, fintech organizations, so that you can get, you can stand a chance. But we have seen people already from this training getting even international jobs, right? So they have secured lots of jobs. So even if we are not promising any direct, like, okay, we will help you on that, but we want everyone to succeed. And ultimately, everything what Ten Academy does is job preparedness. So that means you can be, after this training, Mizan, not Barakat, we expect that you will be able, you can join any company in the world and become productive day one. So that's the part, but Kifiya organizes. It's completely free. So I think كله بنقدر السؤال. Now let's go back to the live one. So maybe that, like, according to, if I just open and then I go from, so Kasa Mamo, just let's, and then Almaz Kazamakona. Kasa.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Kasamamo, and thank you so much to bring us up to this stage. I hope this training, this journey will be very nice to us, and it's a good opportunity. Maybe my question is about the certificate. I think at the end of this training, we will have a training certificate, but my concern is maybe in our future life, we will use this certificate for our work competitions or for different things. To be honest, the skill and the knowledge, it will be very important to our work. But on the recognitions of this certificate, maybe some of the organization are not familiar with the 10 Academy. So maybe if we are going to say, if we say, I have some certificate from 10 Academy, like that ones, maybe they may not understand about 10 Academy. So what is your mission, or what is your goal to make recognizing this, your organization with the other organizations?
Yeah, very relevant question, Kasa. Very relevant question. You know, in our opinion, a lot of, hey, personal, so just take it with a grain of salt, that almost in many companies, personally, a lot of people get certificate without really knowing what that program is. I think what 10 Academy does is that, okay, you know, we don't even focus about certificate. We give certificates, but the certificate is the like the real skill, the empowerment that you have. If a person with a certificate is not empowered, we don't think that certificate, I mean, definitely for certain government or some bureaucratic parts, it will help you. But really, I think our goal, I mean, again, I understand. So don't take me wrong. I understand the values of these things, especially in progressing in jobs. But you will really be different. That's why most people come to us. You're not just gonna, this question, you will realize it's not relevant by the end of it, because the certificate, you have more than, you know, like, you have more than certificate. You can solve problems, you can do whatever you want, you have that skill and confidence. So I think our real brand and why people come to us is just exactly for that you will be different. And the program, going through the program, you will realize you will have a mind shift, like a mindset shift that is more biased to action. That means you will really just hands on dirty, solve something, get it done quickly, you know, all of that. And that's why it's every week by week you will solve, and you will be exposed to many projects. And more than certificates, your CV will be very different. That you will compare now. I mean, this is for everyone. Keep your CV now, and you will see what your CV looks like. Your resume will look like in 12 weeks. It will be different. It as if like you have that CV now, you'll feel like, okay, you know, why do I need certificate? Because I have now 10 projects that I have solved. Everyone will see, and I have my Gits and my technical and non-technical, my reports here and there. Everybody will see. Like, forget certificates, right? They can see my work. Of course, for recognition, for bureaucratic things, the certificate will be there. Kifiya is a very one of the good player in the Ethiopian, you know, fintech, and one of probably the leader. So you will see that having that name the Kifiya name and 10 Academy, which is also very known internationally, that you will see that that has a bureaucratic impact, but you will really just know that that is less important because your resume will be almost for completely different. So I think, yeah, I hope that answers, and that's our really brand, and that's our, let's say, recognition. Like the recognition is that if we change you enough so that your resume is different and you have lots of experience, I mean, you know, just that's in itself testimony. So yeah, I think
I wanted to add something on that, Yabi.
yeah, go on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the question, Kasamamo. I think, yeah, as Yabi said, sorry for that. Certificates, they are important, yes, as a document to support like what you have, but what's important more is skills. For us, we give you skills, but we also give you confidence to talk about like yourself, brand yourself. Because trust me, if maybe you want to ask for a job, or if you're employed, they won't see much on the certificate. They matter on the skills that you have, how you explain yourself, how you talk about challenges and everything. So the certificate will be there, but mostly care about the skills. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you so much for your clarification.
Great. Almas?
አይ ልጠይቅ የፈለኩትን ኦልሬዲ ጠይቆታል እና ተመልሱልኛል።
እሺ፣ አሪፍ። መኮንን?
ኦኬ፣ በመጀመሪያ በጣም ታንኪዩ ልላችሁ ፈልጋለሁ። ይሄ ፍሪ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ለኔ በጣም ኤክሳይትድ ሆኛለሁ፣ ምክንያቱም በጣም ስፈልግ የነበረው ዘርፍ ስለነበር በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። በጣም ታንኪዩ ስላዘጋጃችሁልን ኦፖርቹኒቲ። ስሜ መኮንን ሞክ እባላለሁ። ባክግራውንድ በዲግሪም በማስተርስም ኮምፒውተር ሳይንስ ላይ ነኝ። ኦልሬዲ ታው ነገር ላይ ያ እንትን አለኝ ብዬ አስባለሁ። ናው እንትን ባይኖር ስኪል በጣም ወጣው ነው ስኪል ባይሆንም ሐሳብ ደረጃ አዲስ አይደለም። በጣም ሮ ኢንቫይሮንመንት እንደሆነ አስባለሁ። በጣም አሪፍ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ነው። ለዛ በጣም ታንኪዩ ማለት ፈልጋለሁ። ኦኬ፣ ጥያቄዎች ጋር ሲሄድ ቀደም ስብራራ ቻሌንጅ ቤዝድ ነው፣ በየሳምንቱ የሚሰራ ፕሮጀክቶች ናቸው ተብሏል። አሁን እዚህ ላይ መጠየቅ የፈለኩት እነኚህ ፕሮጀክቶች የሚሰሩ ፕሮጀክቶች ፊንቴክ ላይ ይሁን ምንድናቸው? ምን አይነት ፕሮጀክቶች ናቸው? ሪል አሁን ካምፓኒ የሚፈልጉት ስኪል ዳታ አናላይዝ ለማድረግ ኦር የተፈለገው ከካምፓኒው ጋር ሪል አፕሊኬሽን ጋር መገናኘት እንትኑ ምን አይነት ነው? ሌላው ደግሞ መጨረሻ ላይ ይህስ ነገር ተምረን ኦር ትሬኒንጉ 3 ወር ሰጥተን የምንጨርስበት ሰዓት ላይ ማርኬቲንጉ ጆብ ላይ ያለው ማርኬቲንጉ ስኪል በደንብ መያዝ ከቻል ጆብ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ያለው ምናልባት እናንተ እንትን ላይ ስላላችሁ ብዙ ነገር ታውቃላችሁ ብዬ ስለማስብ ጆብ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ምን ጆብ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ምን አይነት
ሀልሃ ሚዩት ታደርገው እኮ የመጣ ስለሆነ ካንተ ሀልሃ ያ ጎን
ኦኬ። ሌላው ደግሞ ትሬኒንጉ ስንጨርስ መጨረሻ ላይ ተምረን ስንጨርስ ከኛ ኤክስፔክት የምታደርጉት እኛ ምን አይነት ስኪል ካች አፕ ማድረግ አለባችሁ ብላችሁ ሪከመንድ ታደርጉልናላችሁ? ሶስተኛ ወይ አራተኛ በጣም አበዛው። አራተኛ ጥያቄ ምን አይነት ላንጉጅ ላይ ፎከስ ሆነ ነው ወይንም እነኚህ አናላይዝ ቱሎች ላይ ፎከስ ሆነ ነው? እነኚህ ላንጉጆቹም ይሁን አናላይዝ ቱሎቹ ምንድናቸው? መጨረሻ እንደ ሪከመንዴሽን የማስበው ከዚህ በፊት አሁን እንደዛ አይነት ትሬኒንግ ተሰጥቶ ከሆነ ሲኒሮቹ ግራጁዌት ካረጉት ምናልባት ሳክሰስ ስቶሪ ካላቸው ሳክሰሳቸው ኤክስፒሪየንሳቸው ሼር የሚያደርጉበት ኦፖርቹኒቲ ብታመቻቹልን በጣም እኛም ሞቲቬት ሆነን መስራት እንችላለን ብዬ አስባለሁ። በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። ታንክ ዩ።
Great. Very good questions. If I miss something, Mahi or others, please answer it as well. የመጀመሪያው ስለ ቻሌንጁ ነው። I think really የቻሌንጅ ዶክመንቱ like እንዴት ነው የተዘጋጀው የሚለውን ለሁሉ ምናልባት ለመመለስ አንደኛው we have been working with Ethiopian fintech ከኛ ውስጥ ብዙዎች including me we have been developing like tools and special data science and data engineering, data warehouses, credit scoring and things. So we take exactly what is needed, and also Kifiya because it's working on it. So they also contribute like ምን እንደሚያስፈልጋቸው ፊንቴኮች ስለሚን curriculum design, co-design የተደረገው. So that means it's really focused on hands-on. So ያ ማለት like አሁን መኮንን like ከትሬኒንጉ በኋላ የሆነ ባንክ ብትገባ whatever they ask you to solve or whatever you're going to solve will be day one, will be relevant, will be adding value to the bank, or it could be just for another fintech organization. So, and then ሌላኛው ሳይድ ምን ደግሞ ስናዘጋጅ ካሪኩለሙ ምንድነው we have 20,000 jobs we have analyzed like all over the world about AI, machine learning and data engineering. And then we extracted what skills and knowledge and what mindset are relevant to be successful in getting these jobs. And then another component is also we talked to many people who are working in different other world companies, like, you know, including Facebook and others. You know, how do you recognize a junior talent? And now, ምን አይነት characteristics ብታዩ ነው that you say like, oh, I want to hire that person. ብለን እነዚህን የቤት ስራዎች መጀመሪያ ብዙ ሰርተናል. And then we extracted all that relevant and it's up to date. That means we are doing global as well consulting. So that means we are delivering products to, and you know, to companies all over the world. We are working with Ethiopian companies, and the company Kifiya that is partnering with us is actually developing lots of tools for Ethiopian fintech market. And we are talking with engineers and data scientists and AI practitioners from all over the world. And then we synthesize that knowledge and we bring it in such a way that, of course, you know, we recognize there is a lot of difference on where people are starting. አንዳንዱ ገና ፕሮግራሚንጉን እየጀመረ ነው። አንዳንዱ ኦልሬዲ ፕሮግራሚንጉን አውቆ ግን እንትን ነው የሚመጣው። ያንን ሊመጥን በሚችል መልኩ it's what we call personalized and accelerated learning. We synthesize the curriculum such that you can follow. As long as you get there, like you work hard, you make it. But what you will see is that so by the end, you go to, that's my really, if you work hard, you go to any company, whether it's global or local, you will be able to day one become productive. Because what they will ask you to do, you have already done it at least. And then it's also not on a mock data. The Minnesota data will be really real. So that means things that really dirty data and things like that. But we help you. So our part is really 3 months is short. You can't do much. But to accelerate you in doing it, our tutors, our system, you know, we have lots of systems we have developed, and our really great tutors would really support so that your journey, it's gonna be slightly tough, but it's gonna be enjoyable, and you're gonna learn, and you're gonna understand. So that's one. Okay. So that means from the challenge side, the challenge we give you is real life. That means even companies now would want it, even your solution. So they might contact you. That's the kind of the challenge document that gives you, and you will see it, you know, in the training, you will see, you will prove it yourself. Second part, absolutely, that there are success stories that people got not only one, multiple offers from, or, you know, international companies as well. We will compile, and that's probably the part, we'll compile and share those inspiring stories so that people know what, you know, what, and I have heard lots of praise also. Some of the people who got trained here start developing AI tools for local companies, and they really reached out to us like, okay, can you give us more people? So, we do that. So there's a lot of interest from different companies that are asking us to recommend from our cohort from this to recommend. So that one, I think, through the training, especially Makeda, will be your, sharing these informations because it's important. But it is very fast. So that means we are back-to-back training. So that means there is no time between, for example, the last batch and this batch. It's basically a couple of weeks. So, it's harder. Like we are working hard to really just prepare for training. That's why we are not sharing enough. But that's so I think you have 4 questions. I am answering only 2 questions, but maybe are related questions, each of them. So ምንድን ነው የረሳሁት መኮንን?
ያው መጨረሻ ላይ ከኛ ኤክስፔክት የምታደርጉት ምን እንድንችል ፈልጉት ነው?
I think the most important part is that day one የሆነ ስራ ገብታችሁ በዴታ ሳይንስ በዴታ ኢንጂነሪንግ ላይ you will be able to know to just be valuable. ለእኛ really ስራ ማለት ምን መሰለህ? እኔ if I want to hire you, when I like day one ስትመጣ, if I talk to you, will you understand my problem? Okay, as a business, I want to, I am investing on you and I want you to be valuable, right? Just come here and when I talk to you my problem, you will understand them. And that understanding, you just, if you don't know, if you just haven't worked and solved these problems, you have not seen the problems, therefore, ምን ማለት ነው አትረዳው። like የጥሩ ራሱ ያሰው የቀጠረህን ሰው አትረዳው። The first part is that you will be able to understand and analyze and appreciate የሆነ ምን እየተጠየቅ እንደሆነ። The second part, you will know exactly, you have the skills, so you can just get started quickly. After getting onboarded, very quickly you will start become valuable. Valuable means ቢዝነሱን የሚፈልገውን ነገር መስጠት ትችላለህ። It can be, summarizing the data, it can be analyzing the data, it can be building some dashboards, it can be building some models. So you will be able to do that. So that's what we expect from you, that if you go through this and you do what we are asking you to do, you will be there. So that is the expectation and that's what you need. Okay. Hopefully that answered. Then let's go Badawi. Badawi, you can ask them.
Okay.
If not, then Abiyu. Abiyu. Abiyu, you can speak. If not, let's go to Mesvin.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Abiyu, yeah, go on. Go on, Abiyu.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. And I have always been interested in this sector. And what I want to ask is my background is in mechanical engineering, and I want to know that from where we are going to begin, right? So are we going to begin on the basics of programming, or from we are going to take a cut off, right? So I want to know from where we are going to begin. Yet in line of thank you.
Yeah, I think ጠይቀኸው ነበር ቴክስት ላይ sorry for not. Kerod is እየመለሰልህ ነው, or Kerod is a mechanical engineer and he joined as well, probably with similar background, and he made it even in the intensive one, and then learned up, took everything. So you can really, like, if you want really a person that how switching from a mechanical background to really a mechanical engineering background to this, you can talk to Kerod. Kerod is your tutor as well. So we, like, our training, maybe I will make it very we don't really specifically teach programming, because we use programming as a tool instead of like programming as a goal. Our goal is that you understand data and you build data warehouses, solve problems related to intelligence and analyzing something and getting business values. So we don't directly teach or give you courses on how to program. We just ask you to solve a problem, and to solve that problem, you will need programming, and you will learn in the process. So it's slightly different way of approaching it. We're not universities, and already ተጠየቃለ in 3 months እንዴት አድርጋችሁ ታረጉታላችሁ ይቻላል ወይ የሚል ጥያቄ አለ። And that's a strategy. We don't try to teach every single thing like in the university. So we assume you are there to learn. What we provide is where to get, so we give you where you are. We tell you, like, we understand, we make you understand where you are. ከዛ ደግሞ የት መድረስ እንዳለባችሁ clearly እነግራችኋለን በቻሌንጅ ዶክመንቱ። then we help you to find your own path, the best path to get there. So it's not easy in the university, like, okay, ምንድነው የሚደረገው የዩኒቨርሲቲ approach that I want you to get there, and then I will break it down ምን ያስፈልጋልና ለእያንዳንዱ ከዛ ኮርስ እሰጥሃለሁ, so that then I satisfied my checklist. ምንድነው ኦኬ ይሄ ሰው ፕሮግራሚንግ ማወቅ አለበት፣ ስለዚህ ፕሮግራሚንግ ኮርስ ሰጥቷለሁ። ይሄ ሰው ዴታ ምን ማድረግ አለበት፣ ኤአይ ምናምን ሰጥቷለሁ እያለ ይሄዳል። that's too slow for us. In 3 months, we have only 3 months, and we want you to become really good at data and data engineering and machine learning. So our approach is completely different. Okay, we specify the same as universities, maybe more than the universities. We're focused really that you are like, we tell you this is the place you have to be to get a job, to be valuable in a job. Then we say, here are challenges, things that you should solve. And then we help you in solving it. And in the process, you learn the programming, coding, the whole thing as one. So that means you solve while, you think about data, then you think about programming, and you think about models, and you think about deployment, you think about all of them, and on your own pace. And we support you in that process. So, yet no minjamral alkay from a challenge, things that needs to be solved, and that you have to be doing and working all the things to get there. Of course, it's the first few weeks will be challenging because you really are trying to address even programming and then think another one. But that approach seemed to work and make everyone confident, because all you need to, all of these components are to solve business problems. And we focus directly on solving business problems, and we support you through the process. So programming ላይ አንጀምርም ምናምን ላይ አይደለም የምንጀምረው። we start from challenge, problem to be solved that a business is interested, and then we help you in addressing everything that is needed to get there. you?
Yes, thank you. It's correct.
Arif. So okay, I see one from Tasfa Mikhail. The difference between intensive and Kifiya. Kifiya is sponsored, so that means it is only for Ethiopians. Intensive is for all, for all Pan-African. So it's a Pan-African academy, so that means all open for all African countries, and it is not sponsored. So that means we take very small, lower number of people, and then we focus a lot more in basically just kind of placement, job placement, so that they can pay us, because we charge for that about $2,000 for that training. Again, we are non-profit, so that means it's not a profit, it's covering the expenses. In this case, MasterCard and Kifiya covered it, so this is for free. And it's focused also only for Ethiopians. And for the problems that the challenges that focus are more fintech. But that doesn't mean that you will not, with the same skill and knowledge, you will solve other things. So hopefully, Tesfanikel, that's clear. So I assume, would you let me know if the tracks are progress in delivering? Yes, I think already ተመልሰዋል ብዬ አስባለሁ። አዳዲሶቹን ባይ can we list ourselves in the Kifiya as an internship? Eleni, that's really good, and I think you should, because it's really, this is more job-like, more than training-like. So I think we are encouraging people to in program as internship below CV ላይ resume ላይ ማጠቃለል ይችላሉ, and most of them do so. So very good forward-looking question, Lenny. Surafel, are we destined to be data science or data engineers? I think data science, data engineer, it's much more of generic terms. You'll be a lot more focused on exactly. So it's harder to really know what is really data. The data science is much broader, and normally it's a PhD field. So that means to be a scientist, you really require original research and that. You're not doing that. So you're more, let's call it engineers. So machine learning engineer, data engineer, and AI engineers. So science part two, like የተለመደ ቃል ስለሆነ ነው. You will really do for a small, you will produce models, you will analyze models, you will do all those things. But the kind of, if you become pedantic in terms of like really what is data science, that's slightly different. But yes, you can call yourself, I am working on data science, but a lot more of the skills you will develop are more, let's say, machine learning engineering, data engineering, and AI engineering. So that's Rafael. Can you tell something about 10 Academy? Barakat, yeah, 10 Academy is really about, it has only one mission, and its mission is that really talented people who are in Africa, they should be able to earn, and they should be able to be living a good life, so that talented and hardworking people should be able to to be the norm. So that means they should not be just the ones like contribute ሳያረጉም ይሄ ዌስት ነው ብለን ስላመንን the most 10 Academy does, everything 10 Academy does is that to make someone hireable, and to hireable in a field that is much more evolving. That means the future of the field. So it's not on the past. We're looking at the future, and we want you to be basically ready for a job anywhere in the world, with the skills that we knowledge we give. So it's really about getting a job, getting a good career. So more than a job, a career. So that a career means like you will really not only benefit yourself, benefits the surrounding you live in. So I think that's really about 10 Academy, and you can read more on the website, our missions and our values and our principles. Starting, okay, then maybe just let's go back. Sir Kalem, you what's your question? Just you can unmute Argash.
እሺ አመሰግናለሁ። ዴታ ላይ ከሆነ የምንሰራው ዴታ አናሊሲሱ የሪሶርስ ኢንተንሲቭ ነው። ስለዚህ ዴታ ተሰጥቶናላችሁ። ከሰጣችሁን በኋላ ስቱዲዮ አለ፣ ኤዘሬን ስቱዲዮ ፕሮሰስ የምናደርግበት ወይም ደግሞ አናሊሲስ ኮንዳክት የምናደርግበት የእናንተ ስቱዲዮ አለ ወይ? ካለ መልካም፣ ከሌለ ግን can we able to use online data analysis platforms? Is that possible? የሚለውን እንድትመልሱልኝ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
Yeah. So there are tools like Power BI, Tableau and others that you can use to analyze. Zilay, we really are more slightly one level down. So that means you write programs. Python you will use, or JavaScript for front end and stuff to build, to analyze in a Jupyter Notebook environment, so VS Code environment. So the tools that you have is just programming. So because those tools used this Python, whatever, in the backend, and then they analyze for you. So here is slightly one level. So that means we are not going to use any online service. You're just going to write programs and codes to do the analysis. Sir Kalem?
እኔ ጥያቄ የነበረው ልክ ነው። ፓይተን ኮድ መጻፍ ግዴታችን ነው። ስክሪፕቲንግን ማድረግ ካለብን ያው ዳታ ፕሮሰስ ካደረግን ድረስ በየፌዙ እንዳስፈላጊነቱ እናስገባለን። ነገር ግን በጣም ፓወር ኢንተንሲቭ የሆኑ ቱሎችን ላይክ ጁፒተርን ብንጠቀም ፒሲያችን ላይ ጭነን ከሆነ ፒሲያችን አውቶ ሪሶርሱን ሊሚትድ ከሆነ በጣም እኛን ወር ያደርገናል። ከዛ ይልቅ እናንተ ትፈቅዱልኛላችሁ ወይ ላይክ ኮላብ ላይ ለመጠቀም?
Absolutely, yes. Maybe then very, very absolutely. So as long like you can use Collab, anything that platform that you can get in such a way that you can reduce like dependency, that's absolutely fine. As long as you are writing codes, as long as you are analyzing, absolutely use anything available to address it. So yes, absolutely. Any misunderstand our question, but yeah, I think Collab is free and you can really use it instead of using your computer. Or if you find another cloud service that gives for free this kind of like environment, absolutely use it. So we encourage you to share it with others as well if you find some resources. Absolutely. Ismail?
ሰላም እንዴት ናችሁ? አሁን በቅርቡ የተቀላቀልኳችሁ እንትን የስራ ሰዓት ነበርና እንዴት ነው ዛሬ ክላስ እንጀምራለን ወይስ እንትን ለማለት ነው? ዛሬ ነው ወይስ ሴሽን የምንድን ሴሽን ነው? አሁን ይቅርታ።
Yeah, no, I think this is more a good starting, but yes, it is started. So yeah, Malet, challenge document is shared for this, and then you will start really get hands-on dirty from now on. This is really to address if there are any questions to start. You know, it's to establish same page more action and no. But absolutely, challenge will be introduced the whole afternoon and the next couple of days. You will be sorting. So we have started.
Thank you.
So I have to drop now, but if there are, okay, Ismail, Nuruddin, do you want to ask?
Okay, አንድ ጥያቄ መጠየቅ እፈልጋለሁ።
Go on.
ጥያቄ ምንድነው? ቀጣይ ሌሎች እንደዚህ ስታንዳፖች ወይም ኦንላይን ሴሽኖች ሲኖሩ ከወርኪንግ ታይም ላይ ቢሆኑ ማለት የሆነ እንደዚህ የምሳ ሰዓት ላይ ምናምን ሌላ ስራ ሊኖርብን የሚችልበት ሰዓት ላይ ሳይሆን ወርኪንግ ሃወር ላይ ቢሆኑ የሚል አስተያየት ለመስጠት ነው።
So I think different people have different requests, and we have been moving it. A lot of the events sometimes can be also on Saturday. ግን አንዳንዱ ሰው ስራ ላይ መሳተፍ ስለማይችል ምሳ ላይ ቢሆንልን ብሎን ነው ወደ ምሳ ምናምን ላይ ያደረግነው። But yeah, your comment is taken, so we will see. But recorded, no? So even if you are unable to see, to get in a call, you can watch it again, especially in the tutorials. So whatever information, you will not miss it. Yeah, so great. I think then we are, hopefully the questions and answers are really helping others to understand clearly. Maybe Mahi, Khaled, can you take over? Because I have to.
Okay, thank you, Abby.
But really, that I will see you again, and just keep grinding. Don't be frustrated, even if it's hard. The challenge, really try your best, and make sure that you are not alone. You know, the tutors are there, the community is there to help, and we're going to be really creating that environment where you really shine and grow with whatever skill you are starting from. So just keep just grinding and become persistent. So I will leave you for now, and Mahi take over.
Okay, thank you, Abby, for that. እሺ እንዴት ናችሁ? ማለት ባላለው የዚህ ትሬኒንግ ቱቶር ነኝ። ሶ እዚህ ጋር ካሉት ጥያቄዎች ልጀምርና ኤክስፕሌን ማድረግ ፎር ናው ፎር ኮሚኒኬሽን እየተጠቀምን ያለ ነው ስላክ ነው። ስለዚህ ስላክ ኢንቪቴሽን ያልደረሳችሁ ካላችሁ ፕሊዝ ሌት አስ ኖ እና እዛ ላይ ገብታችሁ ኤኒ ኮሚኒኬሽን እዛ ላይ ነው የምናደርገው። in addition to email ይላካል፣ ግን ዩዥዋሊ ለእናንተም ኮሚኒቲ ቢልድ ለማድረግም at the same time ደግሞ ነገሮችን ለማስኬድ ጥያቄ ሲኖራችሁ ኢሚዲየት መልስ ከቲቶሮቹ ሰፖርት ለማግኘት ስላክን ብንጠቀም። ሌላኛው አይ ቲንክ ያየኋቸው ጥያቄዎች የነበሩት ምንድን ነበሩ? ሶ ዴታ ሳይንቲስት ኦር አፍተር ሩት ዜሮ የምትገቡበትን ስትሪም መምረጥ ጀስት በስትሪም ደረጃ የምናስመርጠው ኦፕሽን የለም፣ ግን we can learn እና once you complete the training የተመቻችሁን ወይም በተመቻችሁ ላይ አይዘር ዴታ ኢንጂነሪንግ ኦር ማሽን ለርኒንግ ኢንጂነሪንግ ኦር ኤአይ ኢንጂነሪንግ ስትሪም ፖርትፎሊዮዎችን ቢልድ የሚያደርግ ወይም ፖርትፎሊዮዎቹን ስትሮንግ የሚያደርግ ፕሮጀክት ይኖራሉ ለሶስቱ። ስለዚህ ከሶስቱ የመረጣችሁትን ፍላግሺፕ ፕሮጀክት አድርጋችሁ መርጣችሁ በዛ መሄድ ትችላላችሁ። ለዊክ 0 ሪኳየርመንት ግን በሚኒመም ሪኳየርመንት ሚኒመም ኤሴንሻልስ ቱ ዱ አሉ እዛ ላይ። ያ ማለት ከዊክ 0 ቻሌንጅ ምንድነው የምንጠብቀው፣ ከእናንተስ ምን እንድትሰሩ ይጠበቃል የሚለውን ክሊርሊ ስቴት አድርገናል። እሱን ኤክስፕሌን አደርግላችኋለሁ። እዛ ላይ ካሉት ነገሮች በአት ኤንድ ኦፍ ዊክ 0 ጊት ሪፖዚተሪ ወይም አዲስ ጊት ሪፖዚተሪ ተከፍቶ ከዛ ደግሞ የሰራችሁትን ዴታ አናሊሲስ ሪዛልት እና ስለሱ ስለሰራችሁት ስራ የሚናገር ሪፖርት እንጠብቃለን። ያ ማለት እሁድ ዕለት ነው። ስለዚህ ስታርቲንግ ፍሮም ዛሬ እና ነገ ቱቶሪያል ሴሽኖች ይኖሩናል። ፕላስ ኤኒ ኦፍ ደ ቲቶርስ ኦር ማንም ከኮሚኒቲው ያለ ቀድሟቸው የሰራ ካለ ምናምን ይሄ ኮሚኒቲ ቤዝድ ለርኒንግ ነው የሚሆነው። ምክንያቱም ደሴም እኔ ጋር የገጠመኝ ችግር ሰንበዲ ጋርም ሊገጥመው ስለሚችል ያገኛችሁትን ሪሶርስ ሼር ብታደርጉ ያላችሁን አባውት ቻሌንጅ ወር የከበዳችሁ ነገር ካለ ቲቶሮቹን ማክ ያደርጉበታል። ጥያቄ ሲኖራችሁ እንድጠይቁ፣ ካልሆነም ደግሞ ሌላ ፒራችሁ ቀድሞ የሰራው ካለ ሼር እንዲያደርግ ካይንድ ኦፍ ሁላችንም አብረን እንበል ነው እንጂ እንደሚባለው ኮላቦሬቲቭ ለርኒንግ እንዲሆን ነው የምንፈልገው። ያ አለ። ከዛ ውጪ አባውት ቱቶሪያልስ እና ታይሚንግ ሞሮለስ ብዙ ነገር ከቨር የሚደረገው በእናንተ ፍሪ ታይም ነው። ያ ማለት ስሮት ደ ኔክስት ከሚንግ ዊክስ ኤክስፔክት የምናደርገው ከዊክ ዋን በኋላ ቻሌንጅ ኢንትሮዳክሽን ኤቭሪ ዌድnesday ይኖራቸዋል። ያ ማለት ከ7 ተኩል ጀምሮ ነው የሚሆነው። ከዛ ደግሞ አርብ ዕለት ኢንትሪም ሰሚሽን ይኖራል። ያ ማለት ከሮብ እስከ አርብ ቻሌንጅ ዶክመንቱን አንበባችሁ ወይም ስለ ቻሌንጁ የተረዳችሁትን ከተሰጡት ቱቶሪያሎች ወይም ካለው ሪሶርስ ተነስታችሁ ያንን ታስክ እንዴት ነው ታክል የምታደርጉት የሚለውን የራሳችሁን አንደርስታንዲንግ የምታስቀምጡበት ይሆናል። ከዛ ኔክስት ማክሰኞ ደግሞ ኔክስት ማክሰኞ ያለው ፋይናል ሰቤሽን ታስገቡበት ነው። ያ ማለት ኦቨርኦል የተሰጣችሁን ታስክ ሰርታችሁ የጨረሳችሁትን ጨርሳችሁ ወይም የተጀመረው እንዳለ ሆኖ የምታስገቡበት ነው። ስለዚህ በዚህ ሁላ ውስጥ ዴድላይን ይኖራል። እንደነገርኳችሁ ታይም ባውንድ ነው። ኢንትሪም አርብ ነው መግባት ያለበት፣ ፋይናል ደግሞ ማክሰኞ መግባት ያለበት። ይሄ ለምን ይጠቅማል? ይሄ ኖርማል ወርክ ኢንቫይሮንመንት ላይ ስትመጡ ዴድላይን ማተር እንደሚያደርግ አስዩም አድርጋችሁ መነሳት ስላለባችሁ፣ ስለዚህ ዴድላይን ስትሪክትሊ ፎሎ መደረግ አለባቸው። ኢቭን ኢፍ ስራ ላይ ብትሆኑ፣ ኢቭን ኢፍ ሌላ ኮሚትመንት ቢኖርባችሁ፣ ግን ደግሞ አት ሴም ታይም ይሄኛው ማናዘር ኮሚትመንት ነው። ሶ የስራ ካልቸሩ እንደዛ ስለሚሄድ በተቻለ መጠን ዴድላይኖችን ሚስ ላለማድረግ መሞከር ጥሩ ነው። ግን ሚስ ከተደረጉም ደግሞ አትሊስት ቫሊድ ሪዝን ሊኖራቸው ይገባል። ከዛ ውጪ ሌላ ጥያቄ ያለ? ሰኒያ እጅ አንስተሻል።
ቴንክ ዩ። የአንድ የተደረገ ነገር አለ መሰለኝና አብዛኞቻችን ከኮምፒውተር ጋር ምናምን ስራ ላይ እንሰራለን። ሰሞፋት ሁሌ የምንሰራበት ነገር ላይ እንሆናለን። ትምህርቱን ከመጀመራችን ኮርሱ ከመጀመራችን በፊት እናዘጋጃቸው ማቴሪያሎች፣ ቱሎች ወር ደግሞ ሶፍትዌሮች መጫን ያለብን ምናምን ካሉ ከመንድ ታደርጋለ።
እሺ፣ ስለዚህ ከምን እንጀምር ከሆነ እንደ መጀመሪያ ምናልባት ጥያቄሽን በስርዓት ከሰማሁት ከምን እንጀምር፣ ምን አይነት ቱሎች ያስፈልጉናል የሚለው ከሆነ ቪዋን ፓይተን ኢንስታል ተደርጎ ማሽናችሁ ላይ ፕላስ ደግሞ ፎር ኢዚ ዴቨሎፕመንት ቱሎች ላይክ ቬስ ኮድ ኦር ከርሰር ኤኒ ያላችሁን ብቻ እናንተ ማሽን ላይ ሎኬት አድርጎ መስራት የሚችል ነገር ካለ ቅድም እንደተባለው አይዘር ኮላብንም ኦር ካግልን መጠቀም ይቻላል። ግን ጊት ላይ ፕሮሰስ ማድረግ ይቻላል። ለምሳሌ ሚኒመም ሪኳየርመንት ጊት ሊኖርሽ ይገባል። ጊት አካውንት በስምሽ የተከፈተ፣ ከዛ ደግሞ እያንዳንዱ ዊክ ቻሌንጅ የሚሆነው አንዳንድ ሪፖዚተሪ ነው። ያ ማለት ዊክ 0 ለምሳሌ አንድ ሪፖዚተሪ ክሬት አድርገሽለት እዛ ላይ የዊክ 0 ታስኮችሽን በሙሉ ኦር የዊክ 0 ስራሽን በሙሉ ፑሽ እያደረግሽ እንትን የምትይው። ከዛ በኋላ ደግሞ እሱን ኢምፕሊመንት ለማድረግ ሎካልሽ ላይ ምን ያስፈልግሻል? ለምሳሌ ቤስ ኮድ ያስፈልግሻል። እዛ ላይ ኮንዳ ኢንቫይሮንመንት እንደተባለው መጫን አለበት። ፕላስ ሰፖርቲቭ ላይብራሪዎች መልቲፕል ፓይተን ላይብራሪዎች አሉ፣ እነሱ ይጫናሉ። እነሱን ጭነሽ ዴታ አናሊሲስ ስታርት ታደርጊያለሽ። እንዴት ነው ፒክቸሮችን የምታሳዩ፣ ከዛ ከፒክቸሮች ውስጥ ምንድነው ኢንሳይት ጌን የምታደርጊው የሚለው ደግሞ ኔክስት ስቴፕ ይሆናል ማለት ነው ከዳታሽ ጋር መጀመሪያ ከተገናኛችሁ በኋላ። ስለዚህ ያ ማለት በትንሹ ፓይተን፣ ኤስኩኤል፣ የአይዘር ፖስትግረስ ዴታቤዝ ያስፈልጋል ሎካል ማሽናችሁ ላይ ኢንስታል የተደረገ። ግልጽ ነው። ሌሎቹን ደግሞ ቱሎች ኦን ኒድ ቤዝ እየተጨመሩ መሄዱ ይሆናሉ። አኮርዲንግ ቱ ዘ ፕሮጀክት ዲማንድ እየጠየቀን መሄድ ይሆናል። ዴድላይን ሚስ ለማድረግ ቫሊድ ሪዝን ያስፈልጋል። ላይክ ሁሌም ሰው ፐርፌክት አይሆንም። ስለዚህ የሆኑ ሰዓት ላይ ሚስ የምታደርጓቸው ዴድላይኖች ይኖራሉ። ሶ ለእነሱ አይዘር ፕሮግራም ማናጀር ማናገር አለባችሁ፣ ኮርዲኔት ማናገር አለባችሁ ኢንተርምስ ኦፍ አሳይመንታችሁን ሰብሚት ለማድረግ። ሌሎች ሰጀሽኖችም አሉ እዚህ ጋር ፓይቻርምም አለ። ሜኒ ቱሎች አሉ፣ ግን ለአንዱ የሰራ ለአንዱ ሲሰራ ምናምን የሚባል ነገር ስላለ እንደ ምርጫችሁ ኢንስታል አድርጎ መጠቀም ነው። አይ ቲንክ ዌል ክሊር ዊዝ ዛት አይደል? ሌላ ጥያቄ ከሌለ ቻሌንጅ ኢንትሮዳክሽን በዚሁ እንቀጥል። ምን አይነት ግሩፕ አብዛኞቹ ቻሌንጆች የሚሆኑት ኦር ቻሌንጁ ሲሆን ምን ማለት ነው? ዊክ ቤዝድ ነው። ለምሳሌ የመጀመሪያው ዊክ ይሄ አሁን ዊክ 0 ብለን የምንለው ዛሬ ጀምሮ እሑድ የሚያልቅ ነው። ኢንዲቪዥዋል ታስክ ነው። ዊክ ግሩፕ ቤዝድ ታስኮች ካሉ ያው ኖቲፋይ ይደረጋሉ፣ ግን ዩዥዋሊ ኢንዲቪዥዋል ቤዝድ ታስኮች ናቸው የሚኖሩት። ኢንዲቪዥዋሊ ታክል የሚደረጉት በረከት።
I just want to ask, like, if everyone have access to 10x and they have logged in for the learning platform. So you have been using the application portal for the application process. Now you will be using 10x learning platform for specific training. So you can give just thumbs up, or if you have a question, you can ask on the Slack if you have one issue.
ቴኒክስ ፕላትፎርም ላይ ሎጊን ያላደረጋችሁ ኦር ሎጊን ለማድረግ አክሰስ ያስቸግራችሁ ካላችሁ ኢንቪቴሽን አልደረሳችሁ ጀስት ስላክ ላይ ሜንሽን አድርጋችሁ መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። ፕላስ አይዘር ማክዳን ኦር ስላክ ቴኒክስ ሰፖርት ቻናል ላይ መጻፍ ትችላላችሁ። ኦር ማክዳን ኢሜል ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ። Emilian, are you there? If not, I think we can start the challenge introduction now.
Okay, I am around. So, recording.
So, do we need to start or stop the recording? Or?
Yeah, I think, yeah. We stop, then we start the another one if you're going to the next schedule. If it doesn't change, right?
Yes, the challenge.